Inside the Bullpen, brought to you by Sport Clips, haircuts for men, where you can sign in online and skip the wait.
Bryan Wilson, Texas Law Hawk. Bryan Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk. Might as well jump. Go ahead, jump. Bryan Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk. Someone just told me! You puncher! You wheelie! Bryan Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk!
Inside the Bullpen, episode number 67, the Matt Berto edition, as he is the only Brahma to don number 67. Chad Seward here with El Presidente, Frank Trezera, and a very special guest, the man who invented the talons of justice, Bryan Wilson.
Bryan Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk!
He even does his own intro.
Right?
That's impressive.
Off the bat, he's in on it. Welcome, Bryan, and welcome, Brahma fans, to the 67th rendition of this here Bullpen podcast. Quick Brahma's Minute. We're undefeated in 2019.
Yes.
2-0. We swept the Topeka Pilots. And then our goalie was swept away by North Dakota. You can find more information on that, of course, across social media, on our websites. Frank Harrison was a great goalie for us.
Yeah, Harrison was a great kid, warrior for us.
Warrior.
What he was. And it's part of what we do. While you hate to see these young men leave, they've got the next great opportunities in life. And what I say to every one of them when they leave, if I get the opportunity, is just to remind them that they're a Brahma for life and how much we appreciated their contribution. The guy really epitomized that warrior spirit that we have in Brahma land. So all the best to Harrison. Good luck to him in North Dakota. Appreciate him and his family all these years, and we'll see him soon in the future, I hope.
We will indeed. And so if you ask me today who's going to start and goal on Friday, I don't have any idea.
I think Eddie Jockman's coming back.
Eddie Jockman.
Eddie Jockman's about 67, just like
nice.
Yeah.
Well,
could be in his 70s.
I'll go ahead and step in if you don't have another one.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think for a bit we could put you in goalie gear and fire pucks at you.
I actually tried out for a hockey league when I was a little kid, and I showed up with all my goalie pads, and they were real cheap stuff. Everybody else had the fancy stuff, and I didn't make the team, as I recall. I don't think I was good enough.
Politics. It's all that.
Yeah,
was.
it's all
total politics.
It was definitely a political situation. Well, one situation that we are about to get you into is doing a little jump here on February 16th.
Nothing little about this.
Nothing little about it. This is a big event. But before we get to that, let's kind of go back. Let's hear the origins of the Texas Law Hawk. See, where'd you go to high school?
Went to Pascal High School, which
Nice.
is over in Fort Worth, not too terribly far away. And that kind of ties into the origin. I always wanted to be a stuntman. I mean, when I was in high school, that's kind of was my plan. I wasn't even going to go to college. And my senior year in high school, I messed up my ankles doing a stupid stunt I probably shouldn't have been doing.
Jumping off a roof or something.
And I was round off punch front, which it really was a dumb thing to do. And I messed up my ankles, and I thought, okay, well, I got to apply to college very quickly.
And as everybody knows, Bryan, that the fallback for every stuntman is to become an attorney. I mean, it's common knowledge.
Obviously, that's the way you want to go. Yeah.
And then you went to what? You went to Tech. Right?
I went to A&M for undergrad and then Tech Law.
Okay.
And then, I graduated, and I never really thought – I mean, I'd been doing dumb party stunts, I suppose.
You were the guy that would do the keg stand and
then all the other stupid things after, like, well, watch me jump off this thing, or I bet you I could land over there, or we need a new ceiling fan. Let me take care of that. And I always do that, and I never really thought I'd go back into doing stunts of any type, and it just kind of led that way where I started doing it for my videos, and it's gone pretty hilariously since then.
So At what point, and I think I've heard this story before, but obviously our fans probably haven't. Where did you come up with the name Lawhawk? Who was it? Was it Jim Adler that you were friends with, or?
No, it was. I had met Brian Longcar,
Oh, right.
the strong arm Brian Longcar,
Right.
and
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And I hadn't met Jim Adler. I still haven't met Jim Adler, but I also grew up watching his commercials as well. And so I grew up watching them, and I just knew that as soon as they shut off the cameras that they were laughing about this. I just kind of had that feeling that they were having fun with this, even though they were completely serious. And when I was in mock trial my first year in law school, we were all exhausted. I mean, it's like 2 in the morning in the law library, and we're getting ready to go tomorrow morning. And I was like,
you had just eaten 4 dozen Dunkin' Donuts to keep you
yeah,
awake.
just
6 cups of coffee.
just
Well
something,
been there.
something.
Yeah.
And we're all exhausted, bags under our eyes, and we're like, we need a power animal for our team. And somebody's like, what about the legal eagle? And I was like, no, the law hawk. and everyone started laughing, and that just fired us up. I'm like, all right, the law hawk.
It's beautiful.
And and so that group called me Lawhawk, and then more people heard that and started calling me, and it just kind of spread. And by the end, they'd kind of say that instead of my name.
Do you have a tissue? I get a little tear in my eye. That's
That's great. It is a good story.
It's a great story.
And so I don't know how law school works. Clearly, I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
So you graduate law school, you pass the bar, all that stuff.
Right.
You become a lawyer. Move back to Fort Worth, just back home.
Back to Fort Worth. Yeah, I live with my parents actually as a practicing attorney, and I got to tell you that's pretty humbling experience when you're a practicing attorney. You're trying to find a place to live, trying to find either work or open up my own shop, and I decided to open my own shop and to save money, live with them, and I mean even to the point where, because when you're first starting out, you don't have any client base, you don't have referrals from those clients. I mean, you have court-appointed clients that judges I knew would assign me, but I mean, it was to the point where on the weekends I was mowing lawns to get extra money. I mean,
The lawn hawk.
Yeah, the lawn. So good.
Come on.
Good job. How did I not catch that?
You got to be a little bit more emphatic about
Listen,
that. If you
the
can.
lawn hawk.
Thank you.
If
yeah.
you ever
Get
struggle,
your grass mowed today.
So the idea came up to create a crazy viral video at some point, probably around 2 in the morning, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably again. One of my buddies in college, he made videos. He's a videographer, and he had talked about how he wanted to do a real cheesy lawyer commercial. I'm like, oh man, that would be so fun to do. And so originally I wrote it. The very first one I wrote into 3 different parts. It was going to be one that was sort of conservative, that maybe had like one little crazy part. One that was about middle ground, where there's some crazy narrative and something a little bit crazy happened. And then one where I was just screaming in a parking lot going nuts. And I would just figure out what I was going to do with these and see if the ad review committee was going to approve any of them or not approve of any of them. And what he did was he combined all 3 of them into one video. And so it just takes you on a roller coaster. And so, yeah, the ad review committee did not approve the first one. And so we had to end up taking that one down. But every single one since then has been approved by him. So through some careful editing afterwards, usually.
It's always the editors are the ones that get they should get all the glory. They're the ones that piece it together.
You can change up these commercials pretty well. I've actually have learned kind of how to edit a little bit over the last year or so. It's very difficult.
It's
painstaking.
tedious.
Yeah, it's very tedious, but it feels really good when you get one part just exactly perfect. And you're like, oh, this is how it's going to.
How many of them have you done?
You got 13 or 14 on your YouTube
yeah,
page.
right?
By the way,
Yeah, something like that.
Brahma fans, a note. You need to go to YouTube, find the Brian Wilson, Texas Lawhawk channel, and smash the subscribe button. Lots of good stuff there and continuing to come out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there's a few others that are for like I've done a couple Taco Bell commercials, and I've done some Clio commercials and Cheaper Than Dirt. And so aside from just mine, I've done a few others.
That's a question. How did you get tied into Taco Bell? It was a Super Bowl ad, right?
Yeah, both of them were. It was great timing is the simplest way to put it. So basically what they were wanting to do, so that third video I did is the one that went viral.
That's the one where you're in the stockyards with El Jacon and
I was going to say the one where I'm screaming, but
that doesn't narrow it down.
But yeah, the one I'm screaming in the stockyards, and basically I bust up the cop trying to make him do a breathalyzer,
Right.
and teach him that that's why you don't blow, because you never know what's in that breathalyzer machine.
That's right.
And so in that case, it happened to be a little person. But yeah, you want to stay away from blowing in the breathalyzer machine most of the time. So anyway, I had just done that. That went viral, that was a crazy experience. And I'd say a few weeks after that, I got a call from supposedly Taco Bell. I remember putting it in quotes, like Taco Bell, and they want to do a, quote, Super Bowl commercial with me. And I didn't even call him back. My assistant called him back.
You assume this was one of your friends.
One of my friends screwing with me. And I mean, like one of my best friends was my assistant at the time. And so I didn't know if it was somebody screwing with him, screwing with me, or what the deal was. And he was outside, and he kind of motioned for me to come outside. And this is like late at night at the office. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I have the distinct honor and privilege to tell you that actually was Taco Bell, and they really do want to do a Super Bowl commercial with you. And we were just out there screaming like, oh my God. Yeah, so it was a pretty wild experience.
What year was that?
I wasn't too far.
It was the Super Bowl of 2016.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so, yeah, why they wanted me was not just because the videos were so good or crazy or anything. They wanted me because they were initially seeking a few different parts of the nation, like California or Minneapolis, New York. They wanted somebody that had gone viral in that area, and they wanted to make it look like they themselves bought a Super Bowl commercial for the first 10 seconds of the commercial. And then it transfers into a Taco Bell commercial. So there was like a furniture salesman. There was a guy that owned a record store, and they're very locally known. And so everyone kind of starts watching like, oh, my God, how did this guy get a Super Bowl commercial?
How did Brian Wilson, who probably doesn't have 4 clients.
What in the hell is going on? How does he get – and then it
was
turns –
your 3HL call on there? That wasn't on there, was it?
No.
It wasn't.
No, not yet.
But, yeah, it was crazy. And so they initially sent me the script, and I saw it, and I asked them. I was like, hey, can I hey, what's up, Jason? I asked them if I could edit this thing and red pen it up. And they said, yeah, you can. But I kind of felt weird because this is a huge marketing agency, and this is a Super Bowl commercial where they can find somebody to say anything they want to. But I was trying to make it better. And so what I did was I came up with some lines like, I'll take the case. A Lupa from Taco Bell! And so I came up with that, and I just took a video of me yelling that stuff in a backyard and, like, explained it. And they thought it was hilarious. And they were like, hey, do you also want to be on the national commercial? And that's when they did the local Super Bowl commercial and the national one. And so it was crazy experience. It really was. It was one of the wildest things, one of the best memories I've ever had in my entire life.
I'm not sure our fans understand the celebrity they have on their hands.
Yeah.
That is the daredevil making this jump on the 16th.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
There's no celebrity. I haven't had a viral video in a minute. Let's talk next time I actually get another good video.
I think it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. And
so real quick.
Yeah.
And how do you two guys know each other?
I don't even know how we...
I think it's because of your videos. Didn't I reach out to you and said, do you want to do a video on ice?
Or you did that Christmas video.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was planning up a Christmas video, and it was so random because
I just emailed you out of the blue.
like, dang, I need an ice rink. And I didn't even ask you. You sent me an email, and you're like, hey, just let me know if you ever want to do anything on an ice rink. I'm like, you have no idea how perfect
and he came to me around that time, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
What?
Yeah, sure. There's going to really? And then he showed me one of your videos, and I said, I think this guy's going to really do this. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that video was it didn't get as many hits as I thought it was going to. I think it might have been a little bit long, but that's still one of my favorite videos of all time. Like, I just love how it's supposed to be the North Pole, and you can kind of still vaguely see in the background.
You can see the windows in the background.
Obviously a hockey rink.
Yeah,
there's hockey in the North. There's hockey in the North Pole.
Absolutely.
Scoreboards.
It's so funny. Yeah, scoreboards in there half the
Youth
time.
hockey banners. That's all in the North Pole.
Was that the last video with Officer Nick Butts?
Let me see. No, he's been in videos since. Let me see here. He was in the Cheaper Than Dirt video.
That's right.
And he might have been in something even after that, but he actually moved to China, which is a hilariously far location. I'm trying to get him back as fast as I can, but he's
I think Lawhawk needs to make a video in China.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that needs to happen.
Do we have links to all his stuff?
Yeah, we'll
on
put
our
'em-
sites. Our fans need to see some
we'll-
of this
we'll
stuff.
put 'em
if they
up.
haven't seen it recently. They
We'll
need
put-
to have a very good idea of who's the man behind the cape.
It's going to be quite the show.
What I'm going for is I want the jump to be good enough to where it doesn't matter who I am, that they're just like, oh, whoa, okay, he made that.
Yeah,
oh, no, he didn't. That looks really bad. Is the ambulance coming?
The whole spectacle behind what's going to happen, the extended intermission, the ramps, the
build-up.
the beer, the build-up, the uniforms, the whole thing. And remember, this is the 44-year anniversary.
Yep.
45th.
45th?
45th, yeah.
45th year, thank you. 45 years, 1974. And listen, the original jump happens minutes from here in North Richland Hills. It's not as if it happened somewhere else in Texas.
Yeah.
It happened minutes away from here. Basically, your ramp will be in the same trajectory that Evil's was 45 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, just a little further south down in North Richland Hills now.
I got to say, it's a dream come true. It's a tiny dream come true because this is not nearly the size of a ramp that he was jumping. How many? He was jumping something crazy.
What did he jump in 74? 14 Mack trucks? Was that what it was?
14 Mack trucks in
And he
74
nearly jumped over the ramp.
at Green Valley Raceway, and you've had it up on Facebook. He pretty much blew right past it. He overspeeded going in, and he hit the bottom of the ramp. He, in Evil's words, he broke his back. He broke the motorcycle in half, which means that it hurt a little bit. Evil was good at really extending the story a little bit, and that's okay.
Is that something I need to do?
You had Howard Cosell there. You had Dandy Don Meredith. Those guys had to have something to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll have to do it. You land this jump, it's going to be great. Remember, there's people that come out and people that came out to see Evil crash, and there's going to be people that if you lay down, they're going to enjoy that too. I hate to say it.
I just
we
hope
just don't
that-
want you to get hurt on this. We want you to land it safely.
I hope if I do crash, that bike goes right into the goal. So, that's all I've thought about. I've had some dreams about it already.
Well, let's hope that you land.
Yeah, I'm picturing the thing I do with my stunts is I do it one of two ways. I either don't practice at all and just wing it because I go like beginner's luck, or I practice it a whole lot, and I'm going to be practicing this a whole lot. I'm going to go down that route on this one. I've already practiced a little bit with Jason, and
Yeah.
just walked in the room a minute
Speaking
ago.
of Jason, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Jason is with Orion Power Sports. Also, it should be noted, when looking for a motorcycle company to help with this, so we didn't, because you said your bike's probably not going to survive a jump.
It wouldn't have, and I thank Jason and Orion Power Sports a lot because they got a really awesome bike. It's kind of a new prototype, is my understanding.
Yeah,
And
you want to tell us about that bike?
So the bike that he's going to be jumping is called the Orion FX1. It's what do you call it? Like a mix between a mountain bike and a dirt bike. It looks like they kind of had a baby.
Great suspension on it. Saved my ass.
We did a test jump the other day, and it's going to be cool. It worked out really well. We got to get the landing down, but the bike is it's designed to jump a little bit. It's got bigger wheels on it, and hopefully it'll be comfortable enough for you to survive. That's all we hope, is that he survives. So that's the goal. This daring jump.
It's definitely going to hold up better than mine was going to. I wouldn't trust mine to do anything close to what we're doing. So,
well, we brought the bike too. So,
oh really?
Yeah. I've got it ready.
It's my understanding that I'm going to be doing some wheelies around the.
Yeah, you're gonna. The fans are gonna see some promo shots, but I want to say, Jason, you're a godsend because your knowledge. You've helped Bryan in the knowledge we were talking earlier about. Starting in second gear and things like you actually know your stuff. Whereas before we're just like, hey, you want to come jump some beer and
it's really
get kind of loud and crazy.
Which that's generally my way of doing things, and like after the first jump, Jason came up to me and he was like, or maybe it was a second, something like that. He came up to me and he was like, all right, you really want to feather it a little bit more, and you want to give it some more firepower right here, and you want to lean back and throw. And I didn't know what the terms meant at all, and I was like, hey, I got to tell you, I'm not a motocross guy. Like, I don't know what feather it means or anything.
And for
he was very
fans and historians out there, Jason, you've become our J.C. Agajanian. Do you know who he is?
I've heard
Okay, so J.C. Agajani was Evel Knievel's right hand at every jump, and you will see him there. At every jump, if you look back in the historical pictures, there was J.C. No one really knows if he knew what he was talking about. No one really knows if he was a promoter or if he just liked hanging around Evel Knievel. Okay?
Yeah.
But he was there all the time, and he gets a lot of credit for making a lot of those things happen.
But Jason's giving me a lot more confidence, though, about this, because I was kind of, honestly, I was pretty scared. I was like, oh, man, I don't know what's going to happen. I was fully convinced I was going to wreck until I started working with Jason, and now I feel a little bit better.
Well, and he's come through because, Evel was making those jumps on those big 750-pound bikes. Fortunately, you're not doing
Wasn't
that.
it No, it was an Indian, wasn't it?
An Eagle.
An Eagle, okay.
750-pound Eagle was a lot of. Later on, he jumped on Harleys, but early on, it was the Eagle.
The 16th, we'll have Jason's going to have some bikes out here to display. Yeah, and you have more than that. You have
70cc all the way up to 250cc on our website, and we'll have some out displayed here so people can check them out.
But you got to see them though. They're
Plug that website. What's that website?
Website is orionpowersports.com.
It's one of those days you're going to want to come out to NITEX and, again, see something different. Not only hockey and a motorcycle jump, but motorcycles for you to look at, and hopefully someone will find something they like also.
Yeah, that's the goal. Like, in your local, which is really cool. I did contact several motorcycle companies. Shame on you all in the area.
They're missing out.
And Jason, I guess my first email to him, he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm in. Let's go. That sounds cool."
Hey, listen,
beer and jumping.
Well,
I'm in. I'm in.
They're missing out on unarguably the biggest motorcycle jump in 45 years in North Richland.
This is very true. This is very true. Very true. Well, Jason's here. We're going to cut this thing down. We're going to go check out the motorcycle. But February 16th, promo code HAWK, all caps. We'll make your tickets $10 if you want to jump on that. Be sure to like the videos on the YouTube page. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to NITEX Sports as well. We don't have we got a lot of building to do on our YouTube channel, but we'll get there.
I believe in you.
I think this will help a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Evel Knievel once said, his quote was kind of like, I created Evel Knievel and everything about him. Then after that, it all got away from me.
Well, Brian, we wish you luck. You don't need it, though. You got the man behind us here. Jason's going to make sure it's all good. And the 16th of February, it'll be here before you know it. We got a few more Brahma games here in January to hit up, and then
and the team's playing well. And this is not a night you're going to want to miss, fans. You're going to want to come out here and see this. It's going to be a fun atmosphere the whole night. The players are jazzed about it. The fans are jazzed about it. The staff is jazzed about it.
All kinds of special appearances, silly stuff happening all night.
Oh, yeah.
It should be another one of
those
nights.
There will be wheelies.
There will be wheelies.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I've got – so just to give people a little quick overview of what it's going to be. When the second period ends, we're doing this the second period, second intermission instead of the first. We'll strike the nets and everything off the ice, get the players off, and then it'll be like a NASCAR pit crew assembling the ramp and everything. We'll wheel the beer in, and all the while I'm going to be playing the Frank Gifford role, vamping. I'm not going to write there's no script. We don't do that. It's just going to be wheels off, no pun intended. Might have the mascot attempt some sort of world record.
And it will be the first Evel Knievel jump in North Richland Hills that will not have Howard Cosell.
It will not have Howard Cosell, but I will wear a gold jacket. So
okay, good,
exceptional. It's going to be one of those nights that people will say, "They did what over there? Those guys do something different every other week. This is great. I got to get over there." So don't miss it.
We've married people on the ice. We've had a wedding.
That's good.
True, real deal wedding with everybody on skates. We've had rugby on the ice. We've had a
rugby. Really?
Yes, that was not supposed to happen, but they went ahead and did it.
Just
and
happened.
It was the Alliance Rugby Club had full on ice rugby during intermission. We had the sports juggler, if you remember in 2009, on skates juggling flaming bowling pins or something. So this is a new level. So get your tickets, get your popcorn. It's coming live February 16th. Until then, let's go check out this bike.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. 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 Right.